some of them saying Herzliah loves Bob Cadman. Will they love me if they lose? Well, who knows? All right. We have some news questions here taken from the CBC 6 program Newswatch, seen nightly at 6 o'clock. It was announced recently that China will take part in the Transportation, Carmi Levy.
Zhejiang.
No, in the Transportation Fair Expo 86. Where will it take place, Wagar? Yes, Arjun Basu.
Vancouver.
Vancouver is right. The Atlanta report was issued recently giving Arjun Basu.
Trainer.
No, giving the medical findings in what area, Herzliah? All right, time was up. About baby deaths in a hospital in Toronto. Lloyd Axworthy accused pilots of what airline of flying without Anthony Housefather?
Air Canada?
No, without minimum safety equipment. Wagar, what airline? All right, Arjun Basu.
Nordair.
No, Eastern Provincial Airlines. A Montreal to Kerry Boulevard restaurant, Kenny Nathan's?
Ruby Foods.
Ruby Foods closed, yes. And now the score. Wagar 20, Herzliah still not on the board. Let's see now how they do on a visual question and see how you can do at home. Maybe you can beat them to it. On your screen, you'll see some letters. A equals 1, B equals 2, and so on. I want you to find the product of the numbers that these letters stand for. And the first one, all right, Kenny Nathans.
15.
15 is right. That's ACE, and A stands for 1, C for 3, E for 5. 1 times 3 times 5 is 15. Same system this time, and the word is bad. There. What is it, Kenny Nathans?
8.
8. 2 times 1 times 4. And that is dead. Gary Sherman.
20. No.
No, it's not. Wagar. Vicky Caspi.
80.
Pardon me?
80.
80 is right. 4 times 5 times 1 times 4. One more. This time it's feed. Feed, Gary Sherman. Too much time. Wagar. Vicky Caspi.
600.
600. You are right. Very good. Okay, a scramble for 5 points. Quiet in the audience, please. What summer sport was supposedly invented by Abner Doubleday? Anthony Housefather.
Baseball.
Baseball, of course. 40-point team question now for Herzliah Saint Laurent. 10 points for each right answer, dealing with baseball terminology. What is it called when the fielders put out 2 of their opponents at once? Anthony.
Double play.
Double play, of course. What is it called when the pitcher commits an illegal act so the base runners all advance 1 base? Anthony.
Spock.
Right. What is it called when the batter bunts the ball so the runner on third base gets home? Anthony.
Sacrifice bunt.
No, it's a squeeze play. And the percentage of times that a player gets a base hit is called what? Yes, Anthony.
Batting average.
I guess you're a baseball fan, and you are right. So it is Wagar 60, Herzliah Saint Laurent 35. I want you to watch your screen once again, if we can hear. What a crowd we've got. Okay, audience, please. This is a visual Who Am I? You'll see a little more each time. It starts at 40 points, dropping 10 points with each picture clue. Who am I? Can't see much there. Carmi Levy.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau.
No, you'll be surprised. Wagar, you try it. Your turn. Vicky Caspi.
David Bowie.
No. All right, second picture here. See a little more. Gary Sherman.
The Statue of Liberty.
Yes, for 30 points. That's right. The Statue of Liberty. You see some more of it, and there is the whole picture. Puts Herzliah in the lead. Herzliah 65 to Wagar 60. Time for our Reader's Digest question now. But first, a word about the Reader's Digest prizes. Each member of the teams gets a T-shirt with Reach for the Top logo on it, and each member of a league semifinal team receives a year's subscription to the Reader's Digest. Each member of a league-winning team receives a copy of the Atlas of Canada, full of fascinating information about this country. And to the 4 members of the Quebec Championship team go the intriguing book, Into the Unknown. To the winning school in the Quebec finals, a $1,000 scholarship grant for their school and a $500 grant to the runner-up school, all courtesy of the Reader's Digest. And here's our word power question taken from a recent issue of the Reader's Digest. Our language is made richer by plain and fancy words. Today's are all fancy. From the 4 choices on your screen, what's the best meaning of each of the top words? All right, Vicky Caspi.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium is the best meaning for equipoise, yes. Mandarin, all right, Vicky Caspi.
It's an influential person.
Yes. How about grit? Grit, Vicky.
Pluck.
Pluck, yes, and here it comes. All right, Vicki.
It's a ringing sound.
Appeal is a ringing sound. You're absolutely right. Wagar is back in the lead, 100 to 65 for Herzliah. All right, and it's time for us to take a quick break in this exciting game, but we'll be right back with some international news questions. Don't go away.
Ted Knight here, Too Close for Comfort, that very funny show in which I play a slightly harassed but understanding father, is back on CBC television. Then Hanging In, followed by Buffalo Bill and Newhart.
Oh, hi, Mr. President. You checking out?
No. It's Comedy Night in Canada. Every Monday right here on CBC television.
The Briar, the Canadian Men's Curling Championship, live on Sports Weekend, the semifinal and final rounds. The Briar, Saturday and Sunday, March 10th and 11th.
On our next fifth estate, Anton Querty, Canada's top pianist.
We shouldn't take money at all for playing music. It should be in, I mean, it's a form of prostitution to take money for playing music.
The Fifth Estate, Tuesday at 8:30 in Newfoundland on CBC television.
We've got a great show going here. Two very strong teams. We'll try them now with some world news questions from the CBC 6 program News Watch. The wife of a famous pop star made news recently, Arjun Basu.
Linda McCartney.
Yes, she was arrested twice for possession of marijuana. Who was chosen the most valuable player in this year's Robin Israel?
Oi, sorry.
I couldn't hear. No, in this year's Super Bowl game, Wagar. Ignacio Donoso.
Marcus Allen.
Right. William French Smith recently resigned as Carmi Levy.
Attorney General.
Yes, in Reagan's cabinet. In a meeting in Stockholm, the Soviet foreign, Kenny Nathans.
Gromyko.
Judges, no, Anthony Housefather.
Gromyko.
Gromyko, not close enough from Wagar there, the Soviet foreign minister. That makes it Wagar 120, Herzliah 85. Now scramble, if we can hear, scramble for 5 points. What is the name of the film director responsible for Carmi Levy?
Landis.
No, responsible for E.T. Wagar, Kenny Nathans.
Steven Spielberg.
Right. 30-point team question now for Wagar, 10 points for each right answer about some of Spielberg's more famous films. In 1975, Spielberg's Jaws was a box office sensation. Who wrote the original novel? Do they know? Arjun Basu.
Peter Benchley.
Right. What was the affectionate nickname given to the mechanical shark used during the filming of Jaws? What do they call it? Well, they don't. All right, Arjun.
Tootsie.
No, they called it Bruce. I don't know why. In Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which actor played the man who had the closest contact with the visitors? Wagar, Arjun Basu.
Richard Dreyfuss.
You got it. And that makes it Wagar 145, Herzliah Saint Laurent 85. Now, before our next question, here's Mark Cote again with a word about the CBC Awards. Mark?
About those CBC Awards, there's a lot of them, too. Each of the contestants will be given a certificate for having been chosen to represent his or her school on Reach for the Top. Each of them will also take away a Reach for the Top pin. Bronze for the first round, silver for league winners, gold for the Province of Quebec annual champions. To the winning school will go the CBC trophy to have and to hold and to dust for one whole year. And to the members of the winning team, the chance to represent the Province of Quebec at the national finals of Reach for the Top, which this year will be played in Regina, Saskatchewan. Let's get back to the action now. Once again, here's Bob Cadman.
No, Mark, you have to dust the trophy for a year. Yeah. Okay, this is a one-letter question. All the answers must be one letter only. What letter is used on a baseball scorecard to indicate a strikeout? Gary Sherman.
X.
No, Wagar, Arjun Basu.
K.
K. What letter is the chemical symbol of tungsten? Vicki Gaspy.
W.
Right. Which one of the all-time great films is a harrowing 1931 Gary Sherman?
Z.
No, melodrama about a psychotic child murderer brought to justice by the Berlin underworld. Wagar? Yes, Kenny.
O.
No, it is M. You're thinking of something else. Which letter would your postal code begin with if you lived Anthony Housefather?
H.
Pardon me?
H.
H, yes, in Montreal. Which letter is pronounced the same as a word meaning a long line of people? Vicki Gaspy. Too much time. Herzliah, Gary.
Q.
Q is right. And the students have made some questions up, too. Each team has a set of questions that they're going to throw at the other team. So we'll call on Arjun Basu of Wagar to ask some questions of Herzliah. Arjun, go ahead.
What Montreal landmark, later gutted by fire, was designed by Buckminster Fuller?
Yes, Carmi.
The biosphere.
Yes, the geodesic dome at the U.S. Pavilion at Expo 67. Arjun.
Who designed the controversial Olympic Stadium?
Yes, Carmi.
Roger Taillibert.
Right. One more. Arjun.
Construction workers excavating what bridge site came across a mass grave of 1847 fever victims?
Yes, Carmi.
Jacques Cartier Bridge.
No, it's the Victoria Bridge. All right, we'll make Carmi Levy do some more work and ask some questions of the Wagar squad. Carmi, go ahead.
The Russian Tu-144 is one of two types of supersonic passenger airliners. What is the other one?
What's the other one, Wagar? Arjun Basu.
Concorde.
That's right. Carmi?
What was Jutland famous for in World War I?
What was Jutland famous for in World War I? All right, Arjun.
A ship battle.
Yes, that's it. You have one more, Carmi?
What Canadian aircraft manufacturer built the CF-104 Starfighter?
What manufacturer? Arjun.
Canadair.
It was Canadair. That's very good. Wagar's 195, Herzliah 125. Now we have another one of our visual questions, and on your screen you'll see a family tree. Look at it carefully and answer these questions. Just look at that for a minute, and I want you to tell me, what is Peter's relationship to Hal Wilson? Carmi Levy.
Nephew.
No. Wagar, you try it.
Yes.
Vicky Caspi.
It's his son.
No. Peter is a stepson of Hal Wilson. And the next question, what is the relationship between Peter and Anne? Carmi Levy.
Step-brother.
No. Wagar. Vicky Caspi.
Stepsister.
No, they're half-brother and sister. If we can see it again, you'll see that Peter is Mary Jones's son. Anne is the daughter of both Mary Jones and Hal Wilson. Well, we'll go on to the next one. There it is. Anne is the only child of both of them. Peter is only Mary Jones' child. Ruth is Hal Wilson's child. You got that straight? Okay. Here's another family tree. Give you a minute to look at it. More complicated. But the question is, what relation is Mrs. Sarah Allen, on top there, to Donald? Gary Sherman.
Great-grandmother.
You've got it, yes. And look at it again. What relation, down in the corner there, what relation is George to Arthur? Carmi Levy.
Second cousin.
Judges say they'll take that as first cousins, we had thought, but cousins is good enough. All right. So, I think we'll go on then, and Wagar's 195, Herzliah 145. And we invite our viewers to send in questions as well. If you'd like to send us a question, here's how you do it. Make up a set of questions on the same subject, not too difficult, and based on general knowledge or high school subjects, but nothing trivial either. We reserve the right to edit and send it to Reach for the Top, CBC, Box 6000, Montreal H3C3A8. If your question is used on the air, you'll be given credit for it on the program, and also you'll get a copy of the book, Reader's Digest Success with Words. Now, our viewer's question this week comes from Roy Epen of Montreal, dealing with the Bible. Who was the emperor of Rome when Christ was born? Arjun Basu.
Pontius Pilate.
No. Herzliah, Anthony Housefather.
Augustus?
No, it was Augustus.
That's
Did he say that?
All right.
All right, fair enough. I didn't hear it correctly. Then, who was the king of Israel who wrote the book of Psalms, Robin Israel?
David.
That's right. David's son was called Israel's Anthony Housefather.
Solomon.
Yes, Solomon it is. Very good. Hey, look at that score now. Wagar 195, Herzliah Saint Laurent 175. And our thanks to our viewer, Roy Epen of Montreal, for that question, and a copy of Success with Words will be going out to you shortly. By the way, if you'd like to join the audience to watch Reach for the Top, believe me, it's exciting. Here's what you do. We're taping most Saturdays, Wednesdays, let me get that straight. Doors open at 5 o'clock at the Maison de Radio-Canada. No tickets are required. Come on down. We'd love to see you. And an art question coming up right here. Paintings about parties and celebrations. This artist preferred to paint the rustic life of the country. Who painted Ignacio Donoso?
Vermeer.
No, it's called The Wedding Dance. Who painted it? Anthony Housefather.
Van Gogh?
No, Peter Bruegel. Edouard Manet painted this bar. All right, Ignacio.
At the Folies Bergère.
Right. Miro painted this dreamlike work. All right, Ignacio.
Surrealism.
It is surrealist style. Yes, that's what we wanted. William Kurlik also favored rustic scenes. He named this portrait, or this painting, after what Canadian province? Gary Sherman.
Ontario.
No, what was its prairie setting, Wager? Arjun.
Manitoba.
Manitoba, you have got it, yes. Now, Wager's 225, Herzliah 175. We'll play some music for you, some pop music. The following artists all wrote musical tributes to famous people. Tell me who these songs are a tribute to. I'll give you a clue if necessary. Here's the... Vicky Caspi. Yes, written by Elton John, Candle in the Wind. Here we go again.
Starry, starry night.
Vicky Caspi.
Vincent van Gogh.
Yes, by Don McLean. Who's this a tribute to? Ignacio Donoso.
John Lennon.
John Lennon by George Harrison. One more tribute to whom? Ignacio.
I'm sorry, I don't
Too
know.
much time. Herzliah? Yes, Carmi Levy.
Muddy Waters.
No, it's a tribute to Duke Ellington by Stevie Wonder. It's called Sir Duke. On your screen, you'll see progressive conservative leader Brian Mulroney. Where was he born, Gary Sherman?
Baie-Comeau.
Baie-Comeau, Quebec, yes. Who gave up his seat in Parliament so Mr. Mulroney could run? Anthony.
Wilson.
No, Wager. Yes, Kenny Nathans.
Watson.
No, Elmer McKay. And what is the name of the constituency that Mulroney, Carmi Levy?
Central Nova.
Central Nova, Nova Scotia. If Mulroney becomes Prime Minister, what will his new address? Carmi Levy.
24 Sussex Drive.
You've got it, yes. And look at it now, 255 to 205 for Herzliah. A biology question here. What is the proper term for these specific branches of biology? The classification of organisms. Carmi Levy.
Taxonomy.
That is right, just in time. The study of structure and organization of cells. Carmi.
Physiology.
No, Wager. Vicky Caspi.
Cellular biology.
No, it is cytology, the study of disease. Carmi Levy.
Hematology.
No, Wager. Kenny.
Pathology.
Right, the study of tissues. Robin Israel. She doesn't know. Vicky Caspi.
Dermatology.
No, it's histology and the study of fossils. Carmi Levy.
Archaeology.
No, Wager. Vicky Caspi.
Paleontology.
Paleontology is right. Let's see if you're good spellers. I have a spelling question for you. First, a word that describes children who get into trouble. Mischievous. Who can spell it? Gary Sherman.
M-I-S-C-H-E-I-V-O-U-S.
No, Wager. Wager, Kenny Nathans.
M-I-S-C-H-E-V-I-O-U-S.
No, it's M-I-S-C-H-I-E-V-O-U-S. Not easy. A long word for trials and tribulations. Vicissitude. Carmi Levy.
V-I-S-S-I-C-I-S-S-U-T.
No. Can't do it that way. Vicky Caspi.
V-I-S-S-I.
No, it's V-I-C-I-S-S-I-T-U-D-E. It's easy when you have it in front of you. Now, a floral symbol of the Orient, chrysanthemum. Arjun Basu.
C-H-Y-R.
No, I'm afraid not. Herzliah, Carmi Levy.
C-H-R-Y-S-A-N-T-H-U-M-U-M.
No. I'll have to spell it for you. C-H-R-Y-S-A-N-T-H-E-M-U-M. Okay, that's all our spelling. And the score now is Wager 275, Herzliah Saint Laurent 215. So the buzzer has gone to end this part of the show. Wager has a 60-point margin. Lots more points than that coming up in the short snappers. We'll have them right after this.
If you were designing a guide to CBC radio and stereo, you'd include previews of programs of special interest, features about on-air and behind-the-scenes people, and of course, comprehensive listings for both CBC radio and stereo. And your radio guide would be available each month on newsstands or through the mail. Radio Guide. Subscribe now. For just $15, get a full year of Radio Guide.
Computer isn't responding. A high school computer class, a whiz kid, the possibility of a national disaster on For the Record tonight.
must be something we can do.
It's always been a magical metal. Man goes mad for gold.
And man is going mad for it in Ontario at the Hemlo Gold Fields, a modern-day gold rush and a giant investment.
Well, in excess of $200 million.
This century's largest find in North America could put Canada among the world's leading producers. Hemlo Gold, tonight. An evening at Stratford, one of the season's brightest hits, taped live at the Festival Theatre. Shakespeare's sublime comedy, As You Like It.
All the world is stage, and all the men and women merely players.
Roberta Maxwell, Nicholas Pennell, and Andrew Gillies star in As You Like It, Sunday, March 18th. Jazz Alive. A gathering of jazz greats. A spectacular musical event. Jazz Alive, a super special, March 11th.
Do you consider coming into the cabinet, Sir James?
Monroe's political career is jeopardized by a family scandal.
You share your daughter's Nazi sympathies?
I'm going to have to cancel the party, James.
Don't underestimate us, Sir James Monroe.
Out!
Empire, Thursday on CBC Television.
Here are the short snappers, 10 points apiece, but a 5-point penalty if they interrupt a question with a wrong answer. Which Canadian river is the major tributary of the Mackenzie River, Arjun Basu?
Peace.
Right. What kind of a thumb do you have if you have an aptitude for Anthony?
Green thumb.
Green thumb, gardening, yes. Name the French psychologist who invented the intelligence test. Yes, Anthony.
Lavoisier.
No, he was a chemist. Wager, Vicky. He doesn't know. Alfred Binet. To what tribe did Hiawatha belong? Robin.
So?
No, Wager, Ignacio.
Iroquois.
That it? Yeah, Iroquois is right. What famous ancient archaeological ruin stands on Salisbury Plain in England, Arjun?
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. Whom did Alexander I of Russia meet at Tilsit? Anthony.
William II?
No, Wager. Time's up. It was Napoleon Bonaparte. The members of which Kentucky family were the opponents of the McCoys? Gary.
Hatfields.
The Hatfields. Which film won the Best Picture Award at the 1982 Academy Awards? Gary.
Chariots of Fire.
That is right. Henry the Navigator, son of King John I, was a native of what European, Archibasu?
Portugal.
Portugal. What is the common name for the Egyptian cobra? Yes, Gary.
Asp.
Asp. What is the 6th letter of the alphabet, Gary?
S.
Yes. James Mitchender's novel, The Covenant, is set in what country, Robin Israel?
Africa.
No, Wager, Vicky Caspi.
China.
South Africa. Name the English queen who fought against the Romans. And, well, the bell is gone and the game is over. The answer was Boadicea. And the final score, Wager 315, Herzliah of Saint Laurent 265. The winner, Wager High School from Coach St. Luke's. Well, those are two very good and well-matched teams. Wager came out on top, but not by a big margin. Our congratulations to the Wager team members, Kenny Nathan, Vicky Caspi, Arjun Basu, and Ignacio Donoso, and your team counselors, Ms. Olwen Cox and Mrs. Elsie Sherman. Let's hear it for them. And we do want to congratulate also the Herzliah team from Saint Laurent. They put on a great performance, two very strong teams. As I said at the beginning, thank you, Herzliah High School. Now we've met all the teams in this third league. Some of them will be coming back next week and in the week after that. So do join us then for more excitement. I'm Bob Cadman. So long for now. Here's Mark.
Well, our congratulations to you, Wager. You're up here into the semifinals of this third league. We'll see them again 2 weeks from today when they come by to take the winner of next week's game. Next week, we look forward to an exciting one between Loyola and McDonald-Cartier High Schools. It'll be their second appearance on this year's Reach for the Top. Reach for the Top is brought to you by the CBC and is designed as a showcase for exceptional Canadian students. I'm Mark Cote, hoping you'll be with us in 7 days when more students meet to compete on Reach for the Top.
We are the CBC serving Quebec.